Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 7.0, and today is day 43. So today we're going to begin the end of our designs training with the fourth asset we've yet to talk about, and that's email designs. So let's dive into the designs applet, our paintbrush icon here. We're going to walk through the process of creating an email design. So once again, to start something new, we're going to click on Create Design in the top right-hand corner, and we're going to come into the email portion of the Designs applet by clicking on Continue. Now, when you first open the Designs email applet, you're going to see that you have a ton of templates. In fact, there are 72 templates available for you to choose from. Before we dive into the templates, I thought it was important that you understand the different components of a template so that you more easily, is that a word? You better recognize what's included inside the template and you can make edits to those actual components. So in this case, we're going to start from blank. So I can show you the different components that make up an email design, and we can move forward in the challenge from there. So to start a brand new from blank email design, you can click on Start from Blank at the top right-hand corner. When you do, at the very top, first off, you're going to see the ability to title your email design. We certainly want to do that. In this case, we're going to do an email campaign for a new listing. And so let's just title this Just Listed Campaign 6007 Verde Place Lane, and we'll put the date so we know when this is attempting to go out as well. Next up, on the top right hand corner, you've got some options here available, so you can preview your design, you can send a test email, or you can download the template. Highly recommend that you always send test emails to yourself before you send out an email campaign to anyone else. This will send you the design, and then of course you can use campaigns, which we talked about on day 33, to send out the actual email itself. If for any reason you're using a program other than Command Mail to send out your emails, you can download the template and then load that into that program. So for example, MailChimp or Constant Contact, something like that, you can still download your design template and then upload it to that program. Top right hand corner, we've got our Save button, always important as well. And then once you're done with the design, you want to close out, you click on the X bar here. Underneath that, you've got three different ways to view your design. So what will it look like on a desktop? What might it look like on a tablet? And what will it look like on a mobile device? Next up, you've got your actual design. So this is our body. We can preview it at any point by clicking on the eyeball icon. Same thing we would do from Options menu. We can undo or redo our actions as well. Finally, we've got the 9 different components that I mentioned earlier. So I wanted to show you kind of what those components look like. This may be a two-parter, but I just wanted to show you kind of how they are pulled in and how to make edits to them. So let's start off with the most basic of them, and that's going to be our text box. If I click and then drag this component over, you can see that I now have text inside of my email. And anytime you want to make edits to any one of these components, you need to make sure that you click on the component you want to make edits to. Once you've done that, you're going to see two options. You can either choose to edit that item, or you can delete it. The pencil icon always indicates edit, so if we click on the pencil icon for this particular component, you can see that we can change the font, we can change the size of the text, we can actually pull in merge fields, and you can see all of those merge fields listed here, a pretty significant list of merge fields that are available to you inside of the email design applet. And then of course you can actually type in your text here. So in this case, let's just type in Just Listed 6007 Verde Place Lane, and we'll put Katy, Texas. Now it's going to be a very basic email design just to kind of go through it with you guys. So if I am finished with that text, want to see how it looks, I would just click on the Done button. And you can now see we've got the agent text inside of this email. If we want to preview what it looks like in the actual email itself, there you can see it listed there. If we want to come out of the preview mode, we're going to click on the X, and that takes us back in. Now with this particular text, I always prefer to have it centered. So I'm going to go back, click on the pencil icon, and choose to center this text by clicking on the center text button inside of our little toolbar. Now we may choose to make this bold. Maybe we should even underline it and make it a little bit larger font. So you can see how to make those basic changes. And once I'm done with that, I would click on done. And now you can see how it looks. Of course, we can always go back in and preview it as well. And you can now see how much better that looks when it is centered. So you do have a bunch of options, like I said, inside of that text component. We can change the font size, the merge field, make it bold, italicized, underline. We can even change the color of the text if we choose to. How do we want it justified, left, right, center, or whatever this one's called. I can never remember that one, but you know what I mean. We can create some lists, some bullet items. We can actually add in text and kind of wrap it around. So this is our wrapping button. And then we can actually even add in an actual hyperlink. So for now, just a basic text box. We are good with that one. We're going to click on done. Now let's say we want to actually bring in a photo of the listing itself. So we're going to bring in the image. So we can click and then drag. And do you see that green bar? That indicates where this image is going to show up. Right now, if I release this button, it's going to put the image directly underneath the text box that we had earlier. If I choose to delete that image and drop it above the text box, you can see, well, it's actually not going to do that for us. We'll drop it below for now. All right. So now, how do we edit an image? Well, you can see if you have previously loaded images inside of the design editor, those would be available. I can also go to find the images of the property. So remember, command connects to the MLS, so we're going to look for all listings. Let's see if we can find our listing by searching the address. So we're going to put in 6007 Verde Place Lane. Sure enough, here's our listing. We can click on View, and it's going to pull in all the photos of the actual listing itself. And we can choose which image we want to highlight for this particular image component. So let's just say that we wanted to go with, it doesn't really matter, right? You can tweak this to your heart's content, but let's choose this one here. All right, so now we have this image of the photo of the front of the house. Again, you can drop in additional images by just continuing to click on that image box should you choose to. If we don't want that image, we can do that. But you can also choose, right, once you click the edit button on the image component, to replace the image, you can add in alt text, which will show you that this is a short description that's going to show up if for any reason the image won't load. You can actually have this image linked to something else, including a landing page, a specific merge tag, or a web address. And then you can change the width, height, border radius, and position of the photo as well. Be real careful on changing these down here. Always preview before you do so. So right now we've got 2 of our 9 components that we've talked about. Let's click on done here. And then we've got a button component. So let's say we wanted to bring in that button. We could click, drag, bring over. Now you've got the button. All right, so I can click on this actual component, click on the pencil, and it's going to tell me, what do you want the button to say? And I could say, see more photos here. And I would link that to a landing page, and that landing page I could have previously created. We'll get into landing pages in the future. Or I could choose a web address where this might be my consumer site linked to the actual property. We'll get to that as well. You can change the width and the height of the button. You can change what font the button type actually says, where you want it centered on the page, what color you want the button, or you can even choose the hex color, and then how you want the border type. So for example, if we wanted it to be round, and let's just say 2 pixels on the round, click on done, and what did we not put in there? Yeah, we've got everything in. Okay, so now we can go in and preview and see what everything is looking like so far. So I'm going to pause here on this video. We now have completed, oops, I think it's asking me for the web address. So let's just put martymiller.kw.com. And I believe you do need to put in your HTTPS as a heads up. There we go. So now we should be able to click on done. There we go. So for now, you've got 3 of your components inside of an email design. Tomorrow we'll pick it up and we'll go through the last 6. Legal header and legal footer we can get through pretty quick, and then we'll talk about listing block, event block, video, and market snap. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, part 2 of creating an email design. As always, it's great talking to you. Look forward to talking to you again real soon.